Where you at, buddy? Okay. So yeah, just give me a moment here just to check over all the audio settings. Okay. You know what? I was thinking I could just watch my stream as it goes on. I don't know if it will annoy me though. I feel like sometimes I just do that and I just forget about it. Wow. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, so now, fortunately I did actually, last time I streamed, I thought I wasn't going to get anything useful done, but I actually got quite a lot useful done. We got this whole section done. We just put some lighting in here just to light it up, but I'm not going to work on this today. What I'd like to do is do the ceiling first, because it really, I've actually done this, man, this is a large room. This is what's cool about this place. I mean, honestly, this is probably all going to be blue as well. It's definitely a separate room in here, right? That's for sure. But this is a small little room. The big question will be, is this whole area going to be a room or what? We still haven't exactly worked out, like, I don't know, maybe the hallway is too wide. But the good thing about this place is that, as ridiculous as it sounds, you could still change the size of the hallway. It's kind of very interesting, working on much larger spaces. There are no like windows, but the thing is, like, I could change the window. Now I actually know like what my height is here. There's definitely ways to have windows, but this is a large space. The weird thing is that, like, you would think normally with a hallway, it seems too wide, right? I probably would want the hallway to be much shallower than this. But it depends, right? If you have multiple rooms, for instance, I also need to work out like when certain sounds play. That's kind of like good to know. I might just pause this. Is like I'd like to know when certain sounds are going to play, so I can make them not play, because that's annoying getting that minecart sound. But as a roof, you want the roof to be slightly lighter. It's actually quite good. We can always do the floor a different colour. You see, the interesting thing is that one way to use this as roof and floor, is just to make the ceiling much lighter. So yeah, so we're going to work on the roof today. So getting the roof done is going to be an interesting conundrum. And what I'm thinking of doing, We really need to work out what the... It's kind of annoying that I did the corners like this because it means I can't work out the actual length of it. The only way to do it, I guess, would be just to do like a horizontal... Just to do it like a pathway here. Let's just see what the I could find out, I suppose. But I like to measure it exactly. So even though we've got this little step at the front, that doesn't count, basically. This is the front. And yeah. So let's see what size this is, because it's going to be very useful. Because basically what I'm thinking of doing is having a repeating structure on top, and I want it to overlay. I want it to go basically the roof should go, you know, maybe like 2 over, but then it should also fit perfectly. Okay. So basically we're going to take an addition of 2 on both the length and the width. Alright. So let's just do this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. So 30 there, and then we'll go 31, 32. Right? So this length is 32. This could easily go wrong. I really hope it doesn't. To be honest, it's such an important length. I just want to just going to measure each length twice. I know I could look at the number. 1. So we have to be there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay. So that's definitely 32, right? Now we're going to measure this distance. So we're going to go so it's here, right? To this spot. So there should be a gap of 3 in between these steps. Wait, what did I just do? Yeah, that is the right distance, because we remember excluding the steps. But just for this measurement it's going to be easier. So we got 32, but of course we'd have to add an extra 4 to get 36. So it's 32 plus 4, right, on that side. I could just put a sign down just to remind myself of these numbers. Because this is going to be difficult to actually... because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to work out how we're going to create a repeating structure. So this is 32 plus 4, right? So that way we can get the overhang. Either way, even if we did the overhang higher, but basically this is because it's not going to be just it's a simple like tetrahedron type shape, right? It's going to have to be you know, more the, I don't know, more cuboid. I don't know what's the word for that. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, these are 8, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's 6. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to do every single one. I don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 57, 58, 59, 60. Oh, interesting. So 60, 32. It's actually almost a 2-to-1 ratio. I knew it was slightly wrong, to be honest. I don't think it should be that ratio, 2-to-1. Kind of interesting though. We could make it exactly 2-to-1, couldn't we? We'll see if that's actually correct though. Because if it is, that is an interesting number. It's close enough. We've got 132, 160. It's close enough that we could... well, we'd have no overlap then on the 32. Let's just check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Hopefully I didn't miss one there. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 57, 58, 59, 60. Okay, we actually got the same number both times. Good. 60. Okay, so we have a 60 plus 4 on this side. Well, it's actually not there, it's on this side. I just want to make sure I don't forget it. Really, you should measure these numbers out before. So we have 60 plus 4. So basically, that is almost ideal, right? But then this distance is only 32. And what's more interesting is that this distance here is a lot less. This is like 22, this distance. Either way though, I think it's... The thing is, right, because of this structure here, it seems like it has to be structurally different. So like, say like, I'm just thinking, right? Can we use red here? Can we use these bricks? I almost want to have a clay roof, you know. I want something like this sort of colour. I wish there was another type of brick. There are options, right? The brick's just too dark. Let's just use this one for now. I'll just put this in for a minute. One of the best things to do is just follow the pattern and then just do it all one level up. Because the thing is, like, we need it to be a triangular shape here. Well, really what we need it to be is like it goes to a square. It squares it off somehow. But how can you square it off from this shape? I mean, certainly if we're dealing with such geometric numbers, it needs to go 4, right? Or 8. Well, we take the 6 and the 12. We can do 4s on the thing, right? That might be the way to do it. I feel like a 6 might be good here. So by that what I mean is there's the 6, right? So we take the 6 from there. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this will never pass this point. We need to just do something really basic so I can copy it very easily. I think this is how we'll do it. I may not use this material, I might change it in a minute. That's not the 6 plate. This is it. Okay, so we should have a small 6x6 square in this corner at that point, right? So we can see it from here, right? So from this distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. So that's that way, but this way, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So that's all you really need, isn't it? And it's on the third block there. It's on the yeah, the only problem with that is it does it comes too late for that. But it wouldn't be the disaster to have another block in here, another wall here. It could be repeated on that side as well. Yeah, this is an interesting one because this is technically not necessary, this corner. So we could just do something a little bit different with the wall here. It would slightly increase the complexity of the wall, but it wouldn't do too much. And for some reason I've got like very little complexity of the wall here as well. Like whether we want to mirror the wall on that side, I'm not sure. But I think just the advantage of this is that we will be able to square things off very easily here, right? And you see, because of the length, we'll take, say we took 12 off it, we would be taking 12 of the 32, then we'd have 4 left. And again on this side we would be taking 12 of the 64, then we have 56 left. So what it would mean is that we're going to have like plenty of ability to tessellate, right, or whatever you want to call it. It would mean though that we have to have that extra complexity with the columns on here. I think probably what we could do is we can work back and then we can see how we might want to do the complexity, if there is a way. Now the other thing is well, I'm happy to have it like this, right? So let's just mirror this pattern before we go too far. So this is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the height. Yeah, okay. So the third one over there. And then we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should be at the right spot. Huh? That doesn't look right, does it? Have we not mirrored these correctly or what? Got a 1 and then a 3. Wait, what am I thinking here? It's not going to affect things. Come on, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why was that not... Why was that going before then? I don't know actually. It must have been 5 there. I need to make sure we're at the... Yeah. The reason I'm confused is because it's actually that is actually the spot that we're marking from. So yeah. So we can go that way. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way. And then we can go 1, 2, 3 is the... wait, I just want to check that that is the correct length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is. Just looks a bit funny. Right. So basically what this means... So here's what I'm thinking, like... so essentially on this, say we just take this platform, it'll be simple. You know what, it'd probably be easier to do like the central zone here. So we've got 32 plus 4, and then we have a 60, and we have 60 plus 4. I think probably it's best to... We're going to have the 8s, right? But we could have the 12. 12s would be too big, I think. You can also have 10s. I think we'll try an 8, right? Because that way we can do an 8 by 4. We could do an 8 by 6 as well. I kind of fancy an 8 by 6. Right? So what would an 8 by 6 look like? What I'm going to do... an 8 by 6 will be interesting because... the 8 would obviously be down this length, and then the 6 would be this length. So how many 6s could we fit in here, right? So there's our first 6. And we've got 1, 2, 3. You also have to think about the border of it. It can be confusing. They would need to be flush, the border, right? Yes. So basically, when we replace it, it will be the same border. You need to have a couple of axes of similarity. You alright, Morris? How you doing? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too far? No, yeah, we should have 4 in the middle, right? That's the whole point. It's not bad. So if we do something like that, that would be cool. This is a house I built, by the way, Morris. I mean, I'm just working on it at the moment. It's got a little stairwell and stuff. We're going to do... By basically, I'm building a house at the moment, and then we're going to do like some of the interior rooms. I've just put these lights up, and there's going to be a little room in the corner as well. These rooms might be big. This is going to be like the hallway over here. And we might have loads of rooms going off here, because we've got some space for some extra rooms for sure in here. It's not that high, the ceiling, but yeah, it's pretty big. It's actually the biggest one I've built. Normally I don't make them as big as this. Normally I make them much smaller. These are some of the other ones I built, if you're interested. Basically I make them all like a theme, like with the animal face on it. So this is the squid one. Got a little outdoor area here. This is more basic though. This is when I was just starting out more. I'm still not like amazing, but I've done some cool stuff. This is one that I think a lot of people like because of the shape of it. It's the observatory house. I don't think I've got a door though. But if you look in, you can see what it looks like. Actually, there's a hole in there. I think I've done this before. It's got a pretty nice roof there. This is quite a popular thing to do, have like a cool roof like that. The staircase is actually quite nice here as well. But you get like an interesting, it's cool view actually. And I tried some different stuff with glass in the ground. And this was the latest one I built. I know you've already gone, but oh well. This one turned out super good actually. Am I seeing a... Wait a minute. This is against the rules to change something. But the truth is I know that there's a block missing right there. Let's leave it though. We can't break the rules. We can always copy it over. Man, that ceiling was good. Look at that ceiling though. Look at that ceiling. That is a great ceiling. Definitely one of my best. This is when I was really in the zone. Well, it wasn't really. It took me months to do this. I polished everything off really nice here. Quite a good view as well. Funny enough, the end rod thing really works. Really works. This house is much better than I thought it was when I was building it. When I was building it, I was just like, let's just move on, because I think the fact that I built... You know what's interesting about this one is that all the others, every other house I built, I just built in a continuous stream. But then I took a long break, and I was halfway through doing this one, and then I came back to this one and did it. So that's kind of interesting, like... This almost looks like an animal as well, doesn't it? There's such a interesting details on the well, there are some slight errors though, I can tell. Is that a bee over there? Don't they do something with flowers or something? Let me just see this. I'm not sure. I don't think do they actually follow you? Not really. It's not quite the same as like a other thing. How high were the walls here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. You know, I think it's because there's roof as well. It's kind of interesting. This house is so much smaller, but the roof is still quite high. This was never that good. The staircase was more interesting than I've done before, though. But again, because we weren't using stairs, and I really shouldn't be using stairs now, but I don't know why. It's a bit cheaty, but gotta do what you gotta do. This was a very interesting one. The floorboard pattern was cool. What was the height of this? 3.5, was it? It looks that way, doesn't it? How did I do that? Yeah, I had some really weird concepts with this. I forgot like there's this whole like down. It's kind of interesting that I left it like that. I wonder why I did that. It's actually the only spot to get down. Kind of the interesting thing about that is it's almost like a secret path. I can't remember if I actually realised this at the time. I may have done. And that really is like a secret path. Because if you think about it, you really would be expecting to not look and there'd just be a block there. I think that's like, yeah. I mean, that's the way to do a secret path. Let's be honest. Yeah, I've done a lot of houses. I've done a lot of them. First cod house, of course. Isn't there a hole? Did I remove the hole? That makes no sense. There definitely was a hole at some point. Who's now? Did I get in a perfect spot? Very close. One away, basically. This had a nice feel to it, this roof. What's the height of here? Again, 5. I did a lot of 5 height roof. I don't know. It's like I don't want to forget what I've done. At the same time, we need to move on to like the different styles of things. But I do like to look at the old stuff as well. Can I even get in here? This was a truly bizarre idea. But it feels, I don't know why, but it has a feel of a more realistic like loft area. You know, you need to duck under things and jump over things. It is more like what you would expect. Maybe it's, I don't know. It was just an idea. It was actually the first time that I used the different stripped wood feature. The parrot is good. Parrot is obviously the next house. We'll have to see what we do with that. This is where it all began, with the sheep house. This is where it all began. I definitely increased the complexity of this from this point. This is still a nice little space though. That's the thing. So even something as simple as this is still a nice space. I think at the beginning I was more... I like to create smaller environments. And it's like, and I think part of the development process is at the moment I'm creating a large house, right? But I think you need to incorporate these smaller spaces into the large house to make it a really good house. I think that's the way to look at it. And the pig houses. Man. These were something else as well. These are almost like this is modern house style, isn't it? It weirdly goes quite well with this colour. What colour was that? Was that brown? That's light grey as well. It's always about the light grey, isn't it? I did use light grey terracotta a lot. The second big house though is infinitely better. This was the first time I started using the coral blocks. We've got honey blocks in 115, that'd be cool. I think the textures we got with this stuff, this was a really nice blend here. Don't know why there's a hole there. I left one on the other side as well. I guess I did it on purpose. There's something about this place. It really. I think I nailed it more. The thing is, it's like difficult to get the. I think I started to understand what the pig house was about. In the first one, it did look like a modern house. I don't know. It's difficult. There's so many like. It is difficult to even think about these things. Which led us to this point. By far the biggest house. This is 6 times the size of anything I've built before. It's going to be very generic, that's for sure. Like very generic. Which is unfortunate. But it's still going to look pretty good. I almost want to remove the whole floor higher. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 is high enough for a floor though. Like how much, like, think about how big this height is going to be. 1, 2, we already, yeah, I mean there's only 6 there as well. But by the time we get to the roof, it's going to be much, much higher, right? So this is only really the beginning of the height, you would think, right? I mean, how high is it going to be? The windows are quite square, so probably they're going to go much higher than this even. I don't know how much higher it's going to be. That is a good question. The question really is, how do you build the shape, right? So say we know it's going to be 6 across. Right? 6 across. And is it going to be like that? Doesn't seem like very impressive, does it, if you do it like that? So it's not going to be that, is it? It's going to be that. It feels like you want to have 1s at the beginning. You know what we might do? Okay, that's 6 across, and then we need to do 8 on the other side, right? We can always just change the material of this completely. So 8. The thing is, we can't just, we have to have dimension to it, right? So it can't be, you can't just be, yeah, just carry along the line 8 blocks, no. It needs to be, it's good working with a smaller thing like this. So we need to sort of come in here somehow. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the height itself doesn't. The height itself doesn't matter. I need to always forget this. The height doesn't matter. We can go as high as we need, right? It's just that this length is 6. This length is 8. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got one. Let's just build the length here, just so I've got the length in my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I just going to leave it without even attempting to change it up? Well, one thing's for sure, we have to have it. We have to have each edge being the same set of blocks, right? That way, when we tessellate it, it will be. So we've got a blank of 3x2s here, right? This is not going to go here, by the way. This is just what goes on the roof. And then we're going to repeat it a million times. Okay, so we have to have this, and then we have the bank of... And then the 3x1 bank. Okay. Right. I kind of want a cobble roof. I don't know why I want cobble. I'm just thinking cobble here. Should we just try cobble? So what is going to look good if we really... I just want it to be like a spiny... It's like, how are we going to have it like loads of these things? I feel like we want it to be all diagonals and stuff. But there's no blocks which are next to each other. Right? But we're already at the limit if we do that. Can't go beyond. We can go here though, right? Kind of feels like we want to start from inside more. See, because of this, every block you place here is crucial. I think we will go down though. Should we do it like that? You can't really vary the internals here too much. We could. Remember, the height doesn't matter. The problem is that I'm trying to do more with this width, when in fact I've actually got more room to breathe with the other distance, this distance. right? I don't know. I have to think about this another time. I think what I might try next time is to, instead of doing this section here, but getting this on the other way around, and see if that can help to generate a more interesting these large roof tiles I'm trying to get. Okay, that'll do for now.